Welcome family, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to Authentically Being Ava. I'm Ava. So family, I want to talk to you guys today about an industry that I have a little bit of experience in. I have seen some things that have really bugged me and has really made me just feel really sad. And I want to do something to help. So, I have some experience in property management and I have worked with tenants in apartment complexes. And, some of the stories that I have heard, they've just been heartbreaking. And I want to do this video because I just want to try to prevent this that I'm about to get into. So, I've worked in complexes, all different types, by the way, and I've worked with some that are like subsidy housing. And in these cases, this is where I've seen all of this type of activity. So these property management companies are all not run in the best way. I'm not saying that it's starting from the top. It's just some of the people that are hired that are not on the up and up, okay? And my experience has been where I've seen, not literally seen, but have heard about coming in on the back end of a thing. But I've heard where tenants have had their rent checks stolen, money stolen. So in a lot of these types of complexes, the method of payment that the property management company has is with they're paying with a money order. I believe you can also pay with a cashier's check, which I prefer. Or just a regular check. I would recommend something where it's traceable. I would recommend something like that. And what I've seen is a lot of times people don't always keep up with their money orders, and that's a big problem, and that's what I want to discuss. If you find yourself in a situation where you have no choice but to do money orders, well, make a couple of copies. Like when you get your receipt from your payment, and I would recommend getting a receipt with the date, signature of who gave you the receipt, the property manager's name, the company, all of that. And then your receipt from your money order, which you should also write on, the same stuff. And staple those together. And or before you staple them, make an extra copy of your receipt. And put them in a book, separate them. Have some duplicate copies somewhere else. I'm just saying, because if you lose one set, at least you have the other, in another area. At least you have that. Because family, what I have seen, okay, these letters are sent out every month. And a sweeping is done of all the payments and what's outstanding. And then those who have a balance, they get these letters. And so what they're asking is for you to produce, like they'll say, oh, the ledger doesn't show that you paid these 2 months or whatever last year. So they're expecting you, if you pay by money order or whatever, they're expecting you to be able to produce those missing months. Now, what happens to those months, I don't know. In some cases, I've seen where the person has come in with the proof. And then, the property management company's like, okay, and then they'll record that, and they're like, okay, they'll get copies of what you have and all that, and then they're good. But if you can't produce a copy, family, and a lot of times I really feel strongly in my heart that a lot of these people did make those payments, but if you can't produce them, and for whatever reason it's not on the ledger, it's the property manager, they didn't record it for whatever reason. I don't know if there was an error, but the point is, where is that money, And like I said, I've sat there many times talking to tenants, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. And a lot of times they're elderly people, and a lot of them are on fixed incomes, and then they're living month to month. And when you're telling somebody that they owe 2 or 3 months in arrears of rent, and they need to come up with that plus their, current month, like, who has that? And they're not wanting, a piece of a payment. They're wanting the whole thing. You know, some of them may work with you, but a lot of times people don't have that kind of money to reproduce. You know, it's like they've already paid it, so why should they have to pay again? So this is why I'm saying it's just crucial that you keep up with your receipts, or, you know, like I said, have some kind of method where you have a backup set of receipts and they're in a different location. Maybe your child has them, or, you know, or whatever. I mean, not your child, but your, you know, your adult child has a copy for you. Another case, a situation I've seen is where they've told me that they've had property managers to fill out, like they'll have them to fill the blank money order out for them, and that'll be that's their rental payment. And a lot of times they don't see them fill it out in front of them. So, and I think that's a lot of what's going on, is they're taking these checks, and this is too much temptation for some people, you know. And it's terrible. I remember in one situation, a couple of them actually, where the tenants came back after receiving these letters and they produced their receipts of their money orders. And so the then property manager, the new one, she basically asked them to go and have that check traced. So it took some time, but they came back in about 3 weeks, and come to find out that previous property manager endorsed the back of that money order. They took the check. It was them and the assistant property manager. I'm like, you know, like I said, those people are no longer with the company, so it's not like they can talk to them. You know, here it is. They have, all of us are new, you know, in the management office, and they're just speaking to a new crop of people. So we have no clue what they're, you know, telling us, if it's the truth or not. And, you know, like I said, all of them aren't lying, and I know they're not, you know. And then they end up having to go to court, and then they don't have the money, and then they're being evicted. I mean, this is horrible. I mean, I just can't imagine putting anybody in that situation. It's horrible. I wanted to do this video, family, because like I said, it was on my heart and it's been bugging me, and I'm like, well, how can I help? You know, I've talked to them individually. I'm like, look, you have gotta do, you know, start getting money. I don't have anybody. You know, I'm just like, you gotta find somebody to help you, because you can't put yourself in this situation again. You can't give a blank money order to anybody. I don't care who it. You've got to learn how to fill it out. YouTube is full of all kinds of stuff, you know. And like I said, if you can't, you know, if it's too much to do a money order, get a cashier's check. That way, that thing is traceable. You can go right to the bank and be like, September, you know, 2002, I, you know, had a check. Can you give me a copy of it? You know, you have proof. But it just, like I said, breaks my heart to see people being set out or put out, you know, because they're looked upon as lying, you know, because they have no proof. Because at any moment, you could receive something in the mail. Like I said, each month, these letters go out for people who show up in the system as not having paid their rent or whatever balance it is, rental fee or whatever. So you have got to keep up with your receipts, family, you know. Like I said, staple them all together, and you must get your receipt for making your rental payments. So family, I just want to do this short video. I love you guys. I don't want to see you guys in this situation, because that's heartbreaking. It really is, family. Anyway, family, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, family. Bye-bye.